live. Yeah, we going live. Hey, we going live. Yeah, we going live. Yeah, we going. We going. We going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
I am Jarrett, the football genius Burgess.
And I'm Stephanie Fitzpatrick, a.k.a. the Advantage Coach.
And for those of you who are not just listening, but viewing as well, we look a little different. Well,
moving on up
to the east side. But for those of you who can't see us, like we have our logo in the background now for both of us. And for those of you who haven't seen my scalp in 10 months,
and there's that.
You can see that as well.
Then there's that. Jarrett's scalp is news for us today. Yes.
It's been long. It was like, what do you call that thing? The lunar eclipse. It's making its appearance for.
Oh my gosh, I could not with you.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't happen another 2-3 years.
No, we know better.
Oh yeah, nah, we know
better. That ain't happening.
I got a nice little fuss out by my stylist. So.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you don't look like a girl.
Oh, thank God, Jack. Lord, my son. Says Daddy.
Gotta love my nephew.
Yeah.
Gotta love him.
Says Daddy looks like a girl.
Daddy can't look like a girl, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't care what Daddy did. Daddy can't look like a girl.
I'm not going Tyler Perry. No diss, Tyler Perry. No diss. I love your work, guy. I love your work.
Yeah. No, that's not what that's about.
Yeah.
Just Mm-hmm.
Just a big man dressing in. Yeah,
right.
That's all I meant. There's no shade, Tyler Perry. There's no shade. I'm going to meet you one day.
We admire you, sir.
Yes.
Yes. No, Jarrett has a destiny to meet you, sir.
Yes.
So, yeah, he is definitely not throwing shade.
Not at all. I've been on your plays and movies. Well, plays first since about 97, 96. I think I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. This is episode 81.
Countdown.
Countdown to 100.
Countdown.
We are getting there. And this time has really flown by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, in between the fact that, there's some days in there where I just don't remember the number of the episode. To be at 81 just feels surreal because we only do it once a week.
Right.
And we've had stretches of, a couple of weeks here or there where we, have been on pause.
Yeah.
But we're at episode 81. That's
81. It's so dope.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. It's funny. I heard a sermon. Pastor Mike Todd, who has been my pastor this quarantine from Transformation Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shout out to him. So he kind of was talking about not allowing yourself to let your dream go. And he put this little short blurb out on IG about it and was saying how he, with his book, because his book, Relationship Goal Reloaded, is what kind of propelled him lately because it's a New York Times bestseller and all of that kind of stuff. And so he was just saying how he almost gave up on that. But then if he had given up on that, then the people who were supposed to heal their relationships wouldn't have their relationships healed. So I say that to say, we're going to keep pressing.
Yeah.
We might not see what we want to see, but that doesn't mean we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And so we're going to just keep pressing. And I really feel like eventually we're going to get what we're supposed to get out of this.
Look, listen, and with this opposition that we've been seeing this morning, there's a breakthrough coming.
Yeah. We must be close. We must be close to my destiny. Here comes trials. Yep.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Right. Shout out to Pastor Todd because I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't went through his first section of relationship goals, and I need to go through the reloaded. He told me I need to check that one out.
Absolutely.
And a couple of weeks ago when he was on the Breakfast Club, I was so surprised that they had brought him on.
I loved it.
I sent it to you immediately.
Yes, it was amazing. First of all, I love him. He's so transparent.
Yeah.
He's just such a real dude. Like,
right.
Yep, he was on there telling it like a TI.
Yeah,
so.
right.
All right.
Yeah. Well, let's get started. Let's get started with who's really right. And it's funny because when you introduce this who's really right to me, I'm looking at it and it says, all right, out of this 6 undefeated teams, who's going to go down next?
Yeah.
I saw that it said 6. But when I started reading through the teams, I only read through 5 and just left one off.
Yeah.
After we finish, when we get to the end of this, I'm going to tell you the joke I got about that.
Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. Okay.
All right. So out of the teams that are left that are undefeated, and that is the Seattle Seahawks, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Tennessee Titans, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Green Bay Packers. Our who's really right is which one of those teams will be the first to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as I can't say always anymore.
I was going to say, you can't even say that. Yeah.
But ladies first.
Okay, thank you. Out of these teams, I really feel like for a multitude of reasons, the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans will be the next one to go down. And some of those reasons being the obvious, I think, is they've had a bit of luck, so to speak. Up till now, for with some stuff that's happened within their games, but more importantly, if they can't keep themselves from being COVID outbreak of just freaked. I mean, literally, when you've they have the most people who actually have tested positive for COVID on one team, whether that's the players, the coaches, staff of any NFL team. And some of that, I told you the other day, found out that some of that is because you all can't act like professionals. So you got an outbreak on your squad, and y'all want to have workouts outside of the facility. Mm-hmm. I mean, so yeah, that's why y'all having the issues you're having, basically. And so I feel like they're going to have to forfeit a couple of games for one.
Lose a couple of games.
Because that's the new rule that just was kind of put out there. Like, I think this is the NFL's way of trying to curtail a little bit of what's happening is, well, let's just try to make them feel bad, basically. We punished the coaches about the masks, and now we're going to punish the teams about the conduct, basically, and the lack of professionalism, that's what I call it, of their players and the people that are on their staff. So that's my main reason for saying I think they're going down next. But I still feel like some of it's about football, too.
Right.
Out of these teams, like Seattle's looking, I don't know if anybody's going to beat them right now. I don't know. I see the first 2 teams on that list probably going to be in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, right.
Seattle and Kansas City. Buffalo looks good. I feel like they're defeatable, but I don't know that they'll be the next ones to go down. I don't even know who they play. I should have looked it up. Pittsburgh, y'all, I don't know if y'all know this. Pittsburgh's like my other team outside of my lowly Falcons.
You had to really root for them.
But I don't see them going down before Tennessee. First of all, I think they're gonna get a W without having to play.
Right.
Because if Tennessee can't get it together when that October, whatever they postpone that game to, guess what? It's gonna happen anyway.
Right.
And Green Bay looks really
Playing 3
good.
weeks.
Like, Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
is my dude. First of
Yeah.
all, let me just say that. I'm sorry. I know we got to go. But Aaron Rodgers is my dude. And I know they just whooped up on my Falcons. But I love this dude.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely
I
love
know,
this
me
dude.
too.
I love this dude. And I love his attitude. I love his
You gotta see
demeanor.
him in interviews.
Oh,
Right.
listen, did I send you the one? I sent you the Twitter with Pat McAfee.
Oh,
He was
yes.
on, oh.
He was on Pat McAfee.
Yes, listen.
Hilarious.
He is a gem. I love him.
Yeah.
A gem. I love him. But that's neither here nor there. But the team is playing really well.
They are.
They're playing really well. So, yeah, Tennessee, y'all going down.
You know, it's so after I actually, you know, saw them on the list because I had just omitted them, and that might have been a Freudian slip. I just kind of omitted them from the list.
Yeah.
The team I chose was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Looking at each of those teams, and I looked at, you know, I don't think any of these teams will lose this week. Right.
Oh, okay.
And specifically, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the Eagles. So
it's a none deal. No.
The game after that, they play the Cleveland Browns.
They looking pretty good right now.
Cleveland looks pretty good, and
that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that's who I have. I have Cleveland losing to them.
Okay.
And honestly, like, it's really just at this point, I feel like a war of attrition. All of these are good teams.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't to say like the Steelers are a bad team and they don't deserve to be undefeated. It's more so just the fact that I think that the Browns have an incentive because it's not a conference, but what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Divisional game.
Oh, okay.
They're in the same division.
Sorry, I'm like, wait, I don't know.
I was about to say it's a conference game, but I was like, no, not conference.
No, it's conference is division. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I think that I think with the Titans, the reason why I feel like the Titans won't lose another game is because I don't think they'll play another game. So the reason
that'll go. There you go. Yeah.
The reason why I probably mentally excluded the Titans because they ain't no way they're gonna be able to play no more.
It's got 31 games. It's 31 teams. It's 31 teams. NFL from now on.
We were just gonna reduce the team this year. You guys go work this COVID thing out that you guys are like piling up, and
you're gonna forfeit every game.
It's nuts because you would think, like, yo, somebody caught COVID. Let's all stay away from each other for a while and do it virtually like the NFL told us to. You guys are really going to hold a practice at an off-site facility? Right. Like, come on.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you helped me out. Thank you.
How?
So who's really right, y'all?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think this is one that we could probably put up and do. So those of you who follow us on Twitter, actually, if you don't follow us on Twitter, go follow us on Twitter.
Right.
At Field2, the real P1. And I am going to
put a poll up. You can do it on IG too.
Can you?
Yep.
I gotta figure out how to do that.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do it on Twitter and IG. Go to whichever one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Follow us and tell us who you think is really right.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Because I think I got this.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you probably do.
Yeah. Just saying.
By default.
Right. Whatever. I'll take it. I'm going to take it.
All right.
Okay.
My goat.
No, Lord. Your goat.
Now, initially, I had said that this should probably be a Who's Really Right.
Yeah.
And after I realized how ridiculous I sounded, trying to make an argument
Oh, goodness.
for LeBron walking off the court the other night, we scratched that. And even in reflecting on that even more, I was sitting in the truck thinking to myself yesterday, I was like, I really tried to make a case for why it was okay for LeBron to walk off the court with 10 seconds left before the game ended. And my only point to that was like, we all have human moments. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and I told you the story about my sophomore year when we played against Hampton and how it's a big rivalry. And we lost the game, and I ain't shake nobody's hand.
Right.
I ain't stay around to talk to my parents.
Right.
My girlfriend at the time, her friends went to Hampton. She wanted me to meet them. I made a beeline straight to the locker room.
Jarrett and Burgess.
Yeah. That was a moment for me. And so I identified.
You empathized with him.
Yeah. Because I don't think we've ever seen LeBron do this before. You know.
No.
There have been some things that he's done that people have criticized. Like somebody said like he was sitting too far down at the end of the bench or something like that.
Whatever.
You know. But this right here was indefensible.
Okay.
So I wanted to put that out there because when we were talking yesterday, I heard a little bit. It was like, Jarrett, what are you smoking?
I was surprised, I will say.
Yeah.
When you said, no, we should make this a who's really right. Because I'm like, wait, what?
How you going to defend that?
Like, how you defend this? Like, what? And you notice I was very quiet and listening to you. Like, I ain't said that the whole time you were talking.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm going to just let him get all of this out because it makes no sense.
No, you didn't say none of it. But let me hear, like, that you probably was like, this joker is smoking, was when I got to the end of my little
argument about it. Yeah. Whatever that was, yeah.
And you were like, I was like, that didn't sway her at all.
Not even a little bit. Like, not even a little bit. There was going to be nothing you could say.
Yeah.
That was going to make me. That. No, I mean, like I told you yesterday, like literally him, LeBron is seen as a leader, unquestionably the leader of the Lakers.
Right.
And when your leader responds like that,
right,
that's a problem.
Right.
Period. It's a problem. And LeBron, the person that we know, it just didn't fit his character.
Right.
It just didn't. I mean, LeBron was the one when they won the conference championship that said that he felt some sort of, I don't know, almost some sort of necessity to help these young kids to experience winning a championship, right? And so if that's the attitude you have, then you need to also have the attitude that I need to model the behavior that I want them to see as a leader as the undisputed leader of this team. It's a lot of young kids watching me.
Right.
A lot of these young cats on this team are watching me. So I need to be modeling the behavior. So I don't care if he just had stood in the corner of the court, stayed on the court and stood in the corner, not getting in position like everybody else did. I would have accepted that better than you being halfway down the hallway to the locker room and somebody having to come take their warm-up jersey off to come out onto the court just to make sure 5 people were on the floor.
Yeah, that's indefensible.
That just looked bad. It just looked bad. If
you go back and look, Kyle Kuzma and Rondo went off behind him, which, to your point, like, you know, you modeled some very poor behavior for them. And not Rondo, because Rondo is a leader too, and we'll get to him a little later.
But even so, you're the leader of the team.
Right.
Rondo is a leader, but you are the undisputed leader of this team. And so that's why they were following you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's not a good look. Just not a good look. And I'm surprised. You know how I feel. I love LeBron as a human being. Don't like his basketball game, but I love him as a human being. And so to what? Because I say that all the time. Yes, it's the truth. And I just, I just feel like I was just real surprised because I love him as a human being. I think he's an amazing person. Great character. Never hear anything bad about this man. Right. You know, he ain't involved in mess. Kind of him and Obama, they just kind of up there together. You know what I'm saying?
you must not listen to Skip Bayless.
I try real hard not to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I love Shannon Sharp, but that means I gotta listen to Skip if I watch. So no,
that's why you gotta listen to Club Shay Shay.
Yeah, Club Shay Shay gonna be what it is for me. Cause no.
Oh man.
So but no, that was disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
It was disappointing. I literally was sitting here with my mouth open, like, wait, what? It's LeBron. Wow, like that's just not him.
You're right. And you know, to reiterate, like I think my attempt to defend the indefensible was the understanding that even if it's against your character, like not that he shouldn't, you know what I'm saying, be admonished for it, but he shouldn't be killed for it either. Because it's the first. It's not as if it's something that we've seen him do, and it's just like, he
go again. Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like in understanding, like I've been there before, like, and I felt like it would be not to admonish him for it, but I felt like it would be hypocritical to kill him for it, knowing that I've been in that moment before. Like, I've had that moment.
What you just said sounds like that. Yeah. What you said you did sound a lot like that. Yeah.
No, it was absolutely.
Because that's unlike Jarrett. To not be hospitable to people and you love your family and all that kind of stuff. So it sounds very much. So I get it. You empathize with him.
Yeah,
I get it. No problem. Yeah. But I'm just
he can't rock like that.
No, at all.
Especially with the young guys on that team. Who were supposed to be
absolutely
under his tutelage.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't make that a who's really right. Thank you.
I'm glad too.
Thank you.
I'm glad I had a little more time to reflect on it.
Hello. Yes. Thank you. I definitely would have won that.
Oh, no. Yeah.
100%. I was like, when you said it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to get a W out of that. Okay.
But I knew it once I started hearing myself talking. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna be no
one. That ain't a good one. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I need to make something that's gonna help me get some W's out of here.
For sure. Oh, yeah. All right. Man, we got a lot of LeBron talk today, y'all. Just so
do.
Y'all know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My goal.
His goal is yeah. Yeah.
So we alluded to this a little earlier when we were talking, during Who's Really Right with the Tennessee Titans and them having a bunch of new cases, which I believe since this morning they have another case, another positive test.
I hadn't seen it this morning. Lord have mercy.
Unless maybe I was looking at something that I was talking about yesterday, but so the Titans aren't the only team, you know, if you heard us last week, they're not the only team who have had positive tests.
Right.
They've had the biggest outbreak.
Right.
But we hear now, you know, obviously Cam Newton has it. Then we heard that Stephon Gilmore has it.
Yeah.
They pulled out a picture of Stephon Gilmore giving Patrick Mahomes a hug after the game.
Oh, no.
So everybody's just kind of waiting around to see, like, okay, like, what's going to happen? Because people aren't testing positive immediately. We're seeing, like, you know, obviously Cam Newton and Stephon Gilmore had to at some point, like,
come in contact
with one another.
Or somebody else.
That's
the crazy thing. Like,
there's no way of knowing.
No way of knowing. Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore didn't test positive when Cam did.
Right.
Right. And so
it could have already been there, but it just wasn't. Yeah.
Right. So we testing every day, but it ain't coming out every day. And so what this is looking like is that it may be impossible without a bubble scenario to actually pull off a season.
Yeah.
And obviously we want to see it. And I was listening to something with Stephen A on it yesterday, and I heard how passionate he was talking about we need to get back to work and this, that, and the third. And I was trying to be objective in listening because I wholeheartedly disagreed with his viewpoint on this.
Yeah.
But I don't understand without the knowledge of exactly how this disease works, this virus. I don't understand why they were in such a hurry. And I'm speaking specifically about the NFL because I believe that things can be done with social distancing.
Yes.
You can't social distance.
There's no social distance.
Yeah, with football. And they're not in a bubble. I don't understand how they thought they would be able to pull this off. Right.
It's the most contact sport. Even that is soccer. You can do baseball even because they're spread out. It's not like they're up in each other's faces in baseball. Exactly. The closest you get is when you're on the when you're up to bat and the catcher is right there, or you're on a bag. When you're on the base, or you know what I mean. But it's not like football. You breathing in each other's faces less than 2 feet away from inches from one another. You breathing in each other's faces. So it's crazy. But no, so the NFL, because the way I posed it was, is it going to implode? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hate it. Do I want to see football? Absolutely. But I want everybody to be healthy too. Let's start there. That's first and foremost.
And we make sure
they're
healthy.
That's it.
And it felt like the plan was patronizing. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like the president. Sounds interesting, huh? The parallels that we see.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of, we can play with these people's lives. It's okay. Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate. Very, very much so.
So for the players, we just pray for y'all safety. You know what I'm saying? We understand you guys got to do what you got to do, but
do you gotta though? That's the part. I mean, you wanna versus gotta. Yeah. It just literally, some of y'all, it's about.
I think
about. Go ahead.
When you look at 30 for 30 broke, and you see how some of these stars live their lives.
Yeah.
I think financially, some of them would probably be in ruins had they not played this season.
Wow. But then that means you living above your means.
Exactly. And you would hope that this situation is kind of,
waking you up. Yeah.
Even though you would have hoped that 30 for 30 broke would have woke some of them up, but alas.
Here we are. But no, and for me, I say think about all of the other people, because you all are allowed to be freely roaming out here. So think of all the other people that you also come in contact with, your family, your friends, the people you just wherever you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You all are in a hotbed because of what you're doing and how you're having to do it. And so you need to be even more conscious of who you're around. If my husband played in the NFL right now, you chose to go out there and play. Bro, I hope we do have money, because you're going to be on a whole nother wing of this house by yourself. Please believe it. Don't talk to my children. None of that. No. Talk to them. We're going to FaceTime like you don't live here. Okay?
You will social distance you in the house.
That's right. That's for real. And I wouldn't even feel bad about it. I would, no, because that's your choice. You're going out there, you putting yourself, but you will not put me and my children ever. It's not happening. It's not happening. You would have to be on the other side of the house.
Yeah.
And if we had a guest house, that'd be even better. Don't even breathe the same air. Goodbye.
don't even want
You might as well be in the. Nope.
Circle through the.
Nope. Through the vent. Come through the ventilation system. Nope.
You go over there and breathe your own air.
Breathe your own air.
Oh, man.
So yeah. And I'm so serious. That's just how it would be. Like real talk. Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
All right. Miss Sue Bird.
Listen, her and LeBron.
Her and LeBron. Yeah,
her and LeBron. This is literally about the two of them.
I wanted you to say it.
Really? Whatever.
No.
Yes.
But
yeah.
In all fairness, I think it's great to give both of them their flowers.
Absolutely.
Because they both in year 17 of their careers.
17 years in the NBA and WNBA respectively.
Right.
Yes.
They are playing at elite levels that honestly we just haven't seen.
No.
At least in the NBA at year 17. Now we can go and say we can talk about maybe Kareem.
Lisa. Okay. I'm thinking. Right? Okay.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
I don't know that he was playing at this level this late in his career, though.
No.
He was still effective. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's still
Absolutely.
a good basketball player, but
right.
like elite, where we're looking at him as the best player in the league.
Still looking at you as the best player in 17 years in the game.
And while neither LeBron nor Sue Bird won the MVP.
Don't talk about that. It's LeBron, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't necessarily mad that he didn't win. I think he was mad at that's how many first place votes I got. Like,
right. Yeah.
He should have pulled a KD. Like, I am LeBron James, right?
Right.
Y'all know who I am.
Y'all know who I am. Right. Right. Yeah.
No, but we'll highlight some things about their career. And so since I know you're not gonna touch LeBron.
I will not.
You can give us some stuff about Sue Bird.
All right. And so, I don't know. I guess I need to start back to when she was in high school because, like, literally, like, Sue Bird is a beast. She has been a beast for a long time. So, 17 years in the WNBA, and then you add on to that the years before that, between high school and college. Like, she's been a beast her whole life. Like, literally.
And, like, you slide in, because of how the WNBA season is situated, you slide in those years when she was in Europe. Yeah. Yeah.
Overseas playing. So I'm just gonna tell y'all she was the state player of the year in New York. Did you hear me? State player of the year in New York. Mm-hmm. New York, Rutgers Park, you know that. New York. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. State player of the year in New York. Okay. WBCA All-American. UConn, she won the Wade Trophy and the Naismith Award as College Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. She finished her career at UConn ranked first in three-point field goal percentage, free throw percentage, second in assists and steals, three-time winner of the Nancy Lieberman Award as the top point guard in the nation, while she led her team to 114-4 record. Come on. Woo! Listen, her and Maya, they was killing it with UConn. They're the legends, for real.
Yeah. Got throw Breonna Stewart in there, too.
Breonna. Yes. Her and Sue Bird are actually they beasting right now together. That's crazy. That's crazy. So in the WNBA, she's won 4 championships now. She's won 4 Olympic gold medals. She's won 4 FIBA World Cups. Come on, y'all. Only one of 11 women to attain all 4 accolades. Come on, y'all. That's amazing.
Yeah.
During her career, she's been selected to 11 All-Star games, 8 All-WNBA teams. In 2011, she was voted by the fans as one of the NBA's top 15 players of all times and was voted into the WNBA top 20 at 20 as one of the league's top 20 players of all time. Listen, this woman has dominated the sport. She has done it at an excellent level at all facets of the game.
Right.
Like, real talk.
And even with that, like, she's still playing at an elite level.
Right. Like we just talking about right now. Right now.
Like, who knows what comes after this, because she is not committed to retiring.
Right. They say she might. I read that she's thinking maybe 5 years. 5 more years. Come on now.
But in paralleling the two,
we talked about this with LeBron about last week. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll play up until, if Bronny Jr. makes it to the NBA, which I believe he will.
You said if. You see me looking like
if.
What if? What?
I think he wants to play with his son.
Oh wow! You think that's what? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Would that be hot, man? That'd be cool. To see LeBron and Bronny play together.
Right. Have we ever seen that?
A son and a
father and son
Not at the same time, no. But that speaks to his longevity too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think the closest we've seen. Yeah, I don't even want to speculate. I was trying to think of who might have been close
enough to, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody. I can't really think of anybody. So yeah, I'm that'll be cool to see if LeBron and Bronny play together. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because unlike MJ's kids, I don't think they were really into basketball. They played, but they weren't really into. I think Bronny is really into basketball. Yeah. And so that's the difference. Just like rest in peace, but I think had Kobe, had Gianna not passed away, she would have been a WNBA player as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you look at them videos of her playing,
looking like her daddy. Man,
like
that would have just been. I would have been in awe of watching that. Man. Like Kobe Bryant in the WNBA. Come on, man! Like what? That would have been amazing. Rest in peace, Gianna.
Yeah, I feel so sick that we were robbed of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even robbed of seeing the moment where she, like, you know what I'm saying, does something spectacular on the court. And him being right there, like,
because we won't get to, I mean, none of it. High school, college,
right.
That's okay. Look, I don't want to get sad. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me run off a little bit about my GOAT.
Go ahead, talk about your GOAT.
I won't jinx him by saying a 4-time champion because not one yet. Okay. But he's a 3-time champion, a 3-time Finals MVP. 4 MVPs, even though it should be a lot more than that. I don't know what's going on with people. A 16-time NBA All-Star, 13 All-NBA first team selections. That's
it's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the awards that he's won, well, let me just say he was the McDonald's All-American MVP. He was a 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year. He was the Naismith Prep Player of the Year, which is the best player in high school. He didn't go to college, so he doesn't have any college.
Right.
Even though some people would say his years in Cleveland was probably his years in Miami was his college year.
No, they were right, Cleveland. That first go round, absolutely. Yeah.
But I think one of the awards that he's won that he would probably be the most proud of is the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award that he received in 2017.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if you saw his press conference from yesterday. And he said something that, and I think a few weeks ago we were talking about, I was telling you how I felt like LeBron is very conscious of his legacy.
Yes.
Right? And so he totally disputed that in this interview that I watched yesterday where he talked about and I don't want to misquote him, but the gist of what he was saying is whatever I do in basketball is what I do. But to me, the legacy I leave as a man is what's most important to me. And so he talked about how, nothing was better than the feeling of seeing his kids on the Wheaties box. And I was like, wow. I was like, initially, my first thought was like, does he really mean that? Like, is he saying this? But you can look at the kind of the way in which he said it, and like,
no,
that's how he really feels. You know? And it makes sense when you have that like such a global view. But
absolutely,
you know,
good for him.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love that he's there. That's awesome.
Right.
I told you, I felt like that was the truth for him, though.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. We had just talked about that.
Yeah. But kudos to both of them.
Yeah.
Are you done? Oh, you still got more? Oh,
no, I'm done. Yeah, I was done.
Oh, okay. I know you'd probably rattle off for the next 30 minutes if it was possible.
The next topic is about him anyway, so.
Of course. We told y'all everything's about LeBron, so yeah. It's all good today.
LeBron-centric.
Yeah. And I was the one that put this together, y'all.
Right.
So it's all me. It ain't him. Like, why is everything about LeBron today? Like, whatever.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, though. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. So, and it's funny, like, when we talked about this the other day, if anybody other than Dwayne Wade, I would think, could say something to LeBron about what
behaviors,
his behavior.
Yeah,
I think that Rajon Rondo is the person to do it.
Yeah.
What do you have exactly what he said?
I do not. I just know the gist of it was LeBron kind of his body language was showing that he was not pleased, not happy, not in a good space. And Rondo just kind of was like, sir, you know, I just need you to understand that everybody here is watching you. These again, back to what I talked about him walking off the court.
Right.
You can't, your actions speak volumes. And for Rondo, his point was when your body language shows that this is how you feel and you make them uncomfortable. You make them feel worried and they scared because they don't want to disappoint you. And so when you are not showing yourself in a positive way, then you disrupt their peace, so to speak, and being that things are okay with you, with them. Like they don't want you to be mad with them. Essentially, it's like you the big brother,
right? Of
some really young, you know, when there's a huge gap, and that big brother is like quite a bit older, or that big sister is quite a bit, and that little one, they admire him so much, and they just want their attention, and they just want them to be happy. It's kind of like that. And so LeBron is the big brother, and he has to be conscious again of how he presents himself to people, or they feel his energy in a way that makes them feel like it's something that they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was dope that, you know, it was Rondo that did it.
Absolutely. You know I loved it. We both talked about how we love Rondo. Like, I love him. He's unapologetic for who he is. And on and off the court, when it comes, and when I say off the court, I don't mean like him in his personal, I mean like on the bench. Like when he's not on the floor and he's still being a leader. And that took leadership to go to somebody who's supposed to be the man and not be that yes man for him particularly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what you typically get around superstars is people who are going to just be yes men and just, like I just said, they don't want to disrupt. They don't want to upset him. So let me just say what he needs me to say or do what he needs me to do. But Rondo's like, wait a minute, no. Hold up. I tell you who else would do it. Crazy.
Who?
Jimmy Butler. Now, it might not come out right. It might not come out right.
I was just about to say that. And I was just about to talk about how Rajon Rondo kind of had, back in the day, if you remember, the same kind of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? He had the same kind of like reputation as Jimmy Butler.
Not quite crazy, but
no, just as crazy because
I know he was Okay, go ahead.
Who was it? What's his name? He's on TV now. He came in. He's from Arizona. He came in with the Nets, and I think he won the championship with the Nets as a young guy. And he just won a few years ago with LeBron. But he was talking about, I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me. But he was talking about when he and Rondo were on the same team with the Dallas Mavericks. And the Dallas Mavericks asked him politely to leave
Yeah.
during the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember this.
And so, like, he's had that because of his nature, like, he's real in your face and stuff like that. Like, he's had those moments that we talked about with Jimmy Butler where, you know, some of his players just couldn't take that or didn't appreciate it.
Everybody doesn't receive it when it comes like that.
Right. And so I thought it was interesting that, you know, you got this love for Rondo, but, you know, you just think Jimmy Butler's crazy. I know.
I think he's crazy. I don't not like Jimmy Butler. I think he's crazy, though.
I think you've acquired a love for Jimmy over the last couple of weeks.
I have to say this. I have acquired an appreciation for Jimmy's passion, for Jimmy's passion for playing the sport that he loves. Mm-hmm. I have acquired that because at the end of the day, even in all of the crazy ways that it manifests itself, that is ultimately what it is about. Mm-hmm. He loves the game and he wants to win. Right. Period. And that is that's what you see, and it comes out crazy.
Right.
That's all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
I'll give him that.
You love him.
No, I'll give him that though.
Because you told me the story about him selling the coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought it was hilarious. That don't mean I think that is hilarious.
It's okay.
That he was selling $20 cups of coffee. Like, bruh. And who's buying this coffee? Is it that serious?
Multi-millionaires.
Right. $20 is
you won't pay for this coffee.
Right. Even when they won the championship and they were like, are you going to give a discount? No. No. So he's a character, that's for sure. Yeah. That's what I can say. He's a character.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. I'll let you off the hook because
no problem. No, it's all good.
All right. So let's stick with the NBA.
Yeah.
Because when I saw this story, I was surprised.
I'm excited.
And the story is that 90% of NBA players are registered to vote.
Yeah.
And that's amazing when you hear stories of players saying that they actually never voted never voted at all, but some said never in a presidential election, but having never voted at all, I was like, wow, that's interesting.
It's huge, right? I mean, but and we haven't just heard this in the NBA, we've heard this in the NFL, we've heard this in college football, college basketball, like every sport. You're hearing these guys come out and say, you know, I never thought it would be necessary. And I know that a lot of them, it was, when you think about it, when you are in sport, you're well known, especially the well-known ones. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to have to go to the poll and stand in a line with people who going to be asking for autographs or bugging me. So a lot of times I feel like some of it was about, and some of them have come out and said it was about them feeling like their voice didn't matter. Mm-hmm. So my vote didn't matter. So what was the big deal? No big deal. Mm-hmm. But then you have others who I feel like it was just about, I don't want to be out here in, limbo land with everybody having to, but so much around this election has opened the eyes of people and given us so much more information. Like, you've been able to absentee ballot, you've been able to early vote, you've been able to mail, all of these things that now we're having to do because of COVID have been available and readily available to people for a long time, but not knowing those options were there to a lot of these guys, I think made it something where they was like, oh, I don't want to do that. But the importance of the election now have amped it up even more. So the information and the importance of what's happening, like in the country, and they seeing, no, my voice has to matter.
Yeah.
So not having over 90% of the NBA register to vote. Now just go vote. Don't just be registered.
Don't just register.
Just now just go vote, because I imagine that 10% that's not are probably people who are not from America.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people who are not American citizens who are here. So I imagine that's what you're getting, that most of that other 10% is those people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love it. I'm excited. I can't wait. Like, I cannot wait. Just, I pray that whomever they vote for, because I don't want to assume
yeah,
that you're putting yourself out there to vote, that you get the result that you were looking for.
Right.
Because this is just the devastation that happens when we, you know what I mean? Right. That's the part that's so, but if everybody went out and did their part, I don't think we'd get devastation.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, some people will be devastated.
Yeah, well.
But and they deserve to be. Why I had to say that? Why did I have to say that?
You just had to. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to let you have it, though. You said it. You see, I'm just going to be quiet over here. Okay, well.
Oh, man.
But no, you know, whatever way you go,
right.
I'm not, this is not us trying to sway. Y'all know where our allegiances lie.
Right.
But, yeah, the voice, the vote is important. So I'm excited to see what happens in this election for those people who have never voted and have this opportunity.
Right.
So you registered, now go vote. Same thing like with college football. All the players are registered now. Go vote.
Right.
You get the day off. You got nothing's holding you back. Go vote.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
We have 2 feel-good final thoughts today.
Yeah.
I feel good. I mean, obviously, I feel good about all of them, but some of them are super special to me.
Yeah.
And because the coach of the Washington football team is battling cancer at the moment, when I saw this one, when I saw that you had put this one up, I was like, oh, this is a good one. And so he was surprised by family and friends and coaches and players who wanted to support him with 450 cutouts of them at the stadium during the games, like littered throughout the stadium. Yeah. And I just thought that was such an awesome thing to do. Like he's battled this, like a champ.
Quietly. Quietly. Because we're just now hearing about this, and this has been happening the whole summer.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like he hasn't taken time away. He's still coaching.
Yeah.
And just to see the way that he's, fighting, like, it's just commendable. And so
absolutely,
it was so dope that his friends, family, the players and the coaches, like, all donated to have those cutouts of them in the stands. I can't remember the exact amount that was raised from that, but with 450 cutouts, like, it was significant. So
that's very special. That was very special. They have really, and the players, like, I think I saw a video of them. They've really rallied around him to say, Coach, we got you. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same way with Chuck Pagano when it was him. You remember? Yeah. So So I love it. Yeah. Good stuff. Now this other one. All I'm gonna say is this is class act right here.
Yeah.
This is class act right here. Like, he dresses very strangely. His fashion sense is one I do not understand.
The kids call it drip.
That is not drip. That is not drip. If that's what the kids call drip, I will never drip. Never ever.
Oh, man.
But nonetheless, that does not speak to his character. I've always liked him as a person.
Right.
Again, family man, really good guy. And so we're talking about Russell Westbrook. Mm-hmm. And he, as you know, his team was eliminated from the playoff bubble. He does not play for the Heat or the Lakers.
Right.
And so when the Rockets were eliminated, he left an $8,000 tip for the staff at the hotel where they were staying in the bubble.
Class act.
Dope. Like, yes, sir. Because y'all already know these players being away from their wives and people who take care of them, essentially,
right,
were probably pretty much a hot mess this whole time. And so the staff, I'm sure, did their absolute best to accommodate them and take care of them. There's even the commercial with I think it was an ultralight commercial where the guys in Jimmy Butler's room.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he take the towel and make the jump man out of it. And then he, turning the bottles in the refrigerator the same way and putting his boots up. And I imagine that it was 10 times worse than that.
Uh-huh.
For real.
Right.
And so I'm just that was really like thoughtful of him, to recognize that these people they've sacrificed too, because they had to stay in the bubble too.
Right.
They couldn't go home. So they've been in the bubble with you all for almost 6 months.
Right. Right.
It feels like it anyway. I know it's not for real, but it feels like they've been there for about 6 months. But it has been about 5 months.
Yeah, it's been
4 or 5 months for real.
They've been there since the beginning of July.
Yeah, so it's almost 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. Yeah, so these people have given up just like you, their lives outside of this place, just like you have. And so to recognize that was really good. So kudos to Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
That was good stuff, sir. So I hope that more of them did this, and it just didn't get.
It just didn't get no pub.
I hope that happened.
Yeah.
And if they didn't, y'all all need to be ashamed of yourself and go home and go back and send them people some money, because you know they took care of you.
Right.
Thank you, please, and thank you. Yeah. So.
This was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. All right.
Show picks. What you watching?
Man, what am I not watching? But no, I just thought that I would shout out Will Smith for this one. Gemini Man. Yeah. It's on Netflix. At first I thought when I saw the preview for it, this is weird, I won't watch it, right? I was like, what? Him fighting himself? What is that?
Right.
But maybe I was bored. I don't know what inspired me. I don't know, to say, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. And it was actually pretty good. It was a pretty good movie. So the premise is not that he is an older version. He's in today as an older version of himself, and he's like this super assassin dude. And he is cloned. Someone steals his DNA. So unbeknownst to him, someone has literally made another version of him, raised that version to be a killer, and then that raised up version is then sent to kill him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it now. After you told me about it, like, yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it.
It was pretty good. The special effects was but it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
You said the special effects wasn't the greatest?
I mean, I think they did what they could, considering it had to be him and him. You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The storyline was pretty good. It was a different look to me. Seeing it was a different look for Will for me. You know what I mean? Like it was a different look for him, because he's usually silly or action. Other than Pursuit of Happiness, I can't think of any. Yeah, so he the silly or he action. And even though this was action, it was just different. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like the vibe of the character was different to me. Different. Yeah. Not so put together. Typically, his characters are put together.
Oh, okay.
Not so put together.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So I've been on. Actually, it just started. Their first episode just dropped the other day. You know, I have talked about the Joe Budden podcast on here a few different times, and so in launching, he just launched his own network, the Joe Budden Network. So in launching that network, he brought kind of the inverse of his podcast because there are only men on his podcast.
Okay.
He and his friends doing a podcast together. So the inverse of this was a podcast with all women that and I don't know if he brought them together or if they were already friends. Mm-hmm. But if you listen to it, it seems like they've spent time around each other. Like it doesn't seem forced or that they don't know each other. And it's called See the Thing Is podcast.
Okay.
And so it's
I love that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hosted by Bridget Kelly, who she had been on the Joe Budden podcast a few times as a guest. And people loved her so much, they told her, like, yo, you should start a podcast.
Yeah.
So this podcast is like her coming out party. Mandy B, who also does a couple of other different podcasts. She's one of the hosts. And Olivia Dope, who I don't know much about. I heard that she was a DJ and a singer, but I hadn't heard much about her. I just know that she's from New York. But I listened to their first episode, and they are hilarious.
I got, you know me, I got to go, yeah. I'm all about this girl power thing. Because, you know, I'm stuck on more, what's the show? With Carrie and Jamel. I'm loving it.
Oh, what's it called?
Something about, I can't remember the name of the show. I can't, but yeah.
Stick to Sports.
Stick to Sports, yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I got to go check this out. All right. Yeah. Love it.
Well, we are at the end of another one.
Yay.
With all of the opposition we had this morning.
Oh, my gosh.
We are glad to be done and have finished it. And, well, you'll be hearing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, before you see it. Yeah.
Right. But as always, we super, super appreciate you guys for continuing to listen, for interacting with us. Like, hit us up on Twitter. Please at Field, the number 2, the real P1. On Instagram at Field to the real, the number 2, Field to the real podcast. Shoot us an email, Field, the number 2, the real podcast at gmail.com. And go to our YouTube page, please.
Please.
Like, share, subscribe.
Please and thank you.
Right. And we're putting more and more stuff up there. We got all of the episodes of the podcast up. We have our series, Coach's Pep Talk up there, and, you know, the post game, which a new episode comes out on Sunday. So just please continue to, you know what I'm saying, support and share with others.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we love it.
Let me do this.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I got to give a special shout out to F&W Customs. They do our t-shirts. Jarrett, show your t-shirt. They do our t-shirts, but they also did my sweatshirt. Thank you. It's, I don't know if you see what it says, but yes, thank you very much.
Lift up the bottom part so they can see where. There you go.
Yeah.
Just the Georgia girl.
Just the Georgia
North Carolina world.
In the North Carolina world. That's it. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate it. We love y'all. We got some more gear coming. Don't worry. So we thank y'all for rocking with us. Oh, and let me say this. Anybody listening, special shout out prayer. My sister is in the hospital right now with COVID. just got a text while we were doing the show right now that says doctor says she's doing good and she'll hopefully be able to go home soon.
Yes.
So continue to send prayers to the people I already have asked, and to all of you, just pray for my sister. Because that's my big sister, and I love her. So.
Prayers up for sister.
Yes, Angela. Yes. So, all right.
All right. We love you guys. Peace.
Peace.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras